So, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is a spoiler alert. I'm doing two things in this 45-minute video. So, anyway, this is a raw video. No editing, no time-lapse, no nothing. And if you have the patience to stick around for 45 minutes, you're gonna see that it takes 45 minutes to do two simple things. That when I get out in the garage to do these things, I can't imagine it's gonna take 45 minutes to do the two things. I mean, it's no hard things to do. So I just wanted to show you some raw footage of how long certain easy things take to do. So if you stick around the whole video, I really appreciate it, and thanks a million. So let's get to the live action.
All right. You're on Swedes Garage YouTube channel.
So I'm back, new video, and I put the camera on my head this time because it's kind of hard to work and holding the camera at the same time, and I'm working in places where it's kind of hard to set up the camera to get a good angle and stuff. So I'm going to try to put it on my head and see what it's going to look like. Well, I'm going to do some welding right now. So let's see. It's kind of tight area, so we'll see if I'm going to try this with the camera on my head and see if they catch anything. Or if not, I have to put it on a tripod or something. But let's turn on the welder. 2 is enough. Feed maybe there. This welder is the gas on. This welder is it's really good for heavy welding. Thin sheet metal and stuff like that, not so good. So I kind of regret that I sold my smaller one. I should have kept that. But this is what you do when you don't have enough room in your garage. Okay, so let's see. So this is the bracket for the dipstick tube, and I hope you can see it. Before I start welding here, let me check the camera and see if you see anything. Yeah, I checked it out, and it looks like you can see what I'm doing. So this is just, I'm not wearing a helmet or anything now. This is just get a spot to keep these together so I can remove the plier. So I just close my eyes. That was a bad ground there, I think. So let's do the ground there. That was better. I think that's enough. But I have a confession to make. I don't know if I can get the dipstick out with the bracket in place. I'm gonna need a 13 mil wrench for that. Let's see if you can get the dipstick tube out with the new bracket on it. Well, without the radiator, that's no problem. Okay, so let's do a proper weld on this one. And let's do that on the bench. I got some clamps for my CV booth for the rear shafts, because I'm going to take them apart. They're laying down there. I'm going to take apart the boots and replace the grease inside them. So let's see if this is long enough, or if I have to move the welder. It'll probably work. And the ground. The ground goes in the vise like that. Perfect. Now we can... Ooh, I can't use the helmet with the camera on my head. What are we going to do about that? I guess you won't see me welding this until it's finished. I'll be back. Okay, so it's welded. Let's clean it up a little bit. With the grinder. get the earplugs out so I can hear what I'm thinking. I think that's good enough. I don't know if you was able to see it, but the factory mounting hole in the dipstick tube, I filled that hole, so it's like a big spot weld there, and also a little bit on the edges here, and I welded a little bit over here too. So I mean, there's no force on this dipstick tube, so let's put it back in and see how it works. So I'm pretty happy with that. Unfortunately, the dipstick itself, they're old and brittle. So look, they break off. That was the first one. And the second one I have here. So it looks like this, but see, this one broke too, broke here. But what I discovered when I was looking online for how much a new dipstick was, this got a steel rod, so it's kind of, and because I made a lot of an extra bend on the tube, it's kind of hard to get this in and out because it's not very flexible. But what I discovered when I was looking for prices on a new one is that the newer engines, they don't have a rod like this. They got a flat dipstick, and you know, a flat dipstick, it's more flexible. So the next time I go to the junkyard, I'm gonna pick up a dipstick from a newer engine that has the flat piece instead of the round bar, the round one. So it's more flexible, and I'm keeping this. I'm gonna glue this together so I don't lose it. So, but I'm keeping this to check so I get the right measurement. From the newer engine, they could have a longer or shorter dipstick, I don't know. So I'm keeping this as a template so I know how long the new dipstick should be. Put this away. I'm really bad at things like this. See, like normally if I use this one, I just leave it on the bench, and then I do something else and I leave it at the bench. And finally, the bench looks like this. See? Don't know why I can't clean up after myself. I have no idea why. It doesn't happen. These are 4 pistons that I'm gonna keep the wrist pins from them, and I should have 5. Where's the 5th wrist pin? Anyway, see? I get sidetracked all the time. So I'm gonna keep the wrist pins because I have 5 new pistons for the 2.3, but there are no wrist pins with those pistons. So I'm gonna keep these, and I'm gonna check in those pistons if they're kind of a tight fit. so they're not too loose. If it's too loose, you can't use them. So that's why this is here. The pistons, I can't do anything with the pistons. I don't know why I kept it here. Same with the rods. I have this stupid idea that if I keep the rods, maybe I can do something with them later. You know, build something with some old rods and old crank and old pistons. But I'm just kidding myself. It's never going to happen. Sometimes that's the big hoarder. Anyway, okay. Back to on track here. The dipstick, it's done. I just need to, the dipstick tube is done. I just need to get a dipstick from the junkyard the next time I go there. So let's put these tools away instead of leaving it on the car. And the next item on my agenda is down here. There's a little bolt that holds the normally on Volvo there's like a how should I explain it, like a pin that's threaded, a bolt with a pin in it, so it keeps the disc in place, but it also sticking out like a pin for like 10 millimeters that guides the wheel on there and keeps the wheel from spinning, so you can find the put in the bolts, because this one's got bolts, not nuts, wheel bolts. And I'm not interested in the pin that guides the wheel itself, because it's kind of useless on an aluminum wheel. It works perfect on steel wheels, but aluminum wheels is no use. But I like the screw that holds the disc in place, so the disc doesn't spin when you try to put on the wheel. So you got to line up the wheel into the disc and then into the hub. That's kind of messy. So I want the bolt there to keep the disc in place. But this one's broken off. So I'm going to try to weld the nut on this one and see if I can get it out of there. But first we got to clean it. And I just try to start with the wire brush and see if that's enough. And of course this one won't stay still. Like so. Then we get a nut. What size should we take? Small or big one? I'm trying to see if this is a metric or a standard. I might be able to. I don't want to waste these ones with the kind of a collar on them. So where do you go? Here. Let's clean it up a little bit. Oh my God. This is a lock nut. I don't know if you can see on the video, but you see there's a stamp there. There's it's kind of stamped in on 3 sides of the 6 sides. It's a nut. It's a stamp in there, and that means that it's kind of a lock nut. But the threads look like, yeah, that's not a metric, but I thought maybe I can force it on here, and then we weld it in the middle. Use the crescent wrench for this. Ugh. Let's see if I can force this on here. Like so, and if I can burn that in the middle now, it might come loose. But this time I think I have to move the welder. Yeah, and I don't want to run over the ground. So we ground it there. So I wonder, 2 is enough. Well, I think so. So same here. I'll do this with my eyes closed. It's not going to be a very long burn. Oh, that was no ground. I need to find a good ground for this. Everything is painted with hammerite. what about like that? Let's see. I don't know if that was enough. Oh, it's not enough, not much room here to do this. Oh. Oh. Let's see what happens if I try to loosen it. I don't think I got it burned all the way properly there, so yeah. What if I do a bigger one? Like so. And I also gonna do this. Let's do I'm lazy. Trying to find something I can use here instead of running and getting the grinder, but guess I have to. So I need a good ground on this one. Hopefully I can get a good ground there, and I think I'm gonna turn this up so it burns. Burn, baby, burn. Got this one, and can I hold it with something? Not really. Not really. Let's see. I wish I could hold this in the center. But maybe I don't have to. I can't really think of anything to hold it in place. The plier will, there's a chance that if I use a plier, then I'm gonna weld the plier in with it. Magnet. Do I have a magnet I can hold it with? Let's see. Let's see. Is this gonna work? No. That won't help. Let's try. Okay. Not much room here. Close your eyes. Oh, can I get up from here now? I mean, put this back right now, or I'm gonna leave it on the bench. So, let's see. Will it come loose? Okay, so let's get some. Like so. Let's get a pray bar. And this one is going that way, so is this gonna work? I guess I need something. I need something longer, and I have a bunch here, but this is actually from the 460. It's the Okay. Cross your fingers. Ooh. I felt it come loose a little bit, but I don't want to break it off any further in, so I'm going to try to wiggle it. It feels better and better. There we go. It's out. Ooh, my knees. Oh, thank you. That's the only one. So I got one more thing to weld while I have the welder up and running. So let's put this back there and let's grind the vise again. And this is the key to my snowblower, and the ignition lock kind of froze, so the plastic handle that was around the key, it broke, because the key is sitting in the snowblower all the time. I don't take it out. So the lock was frozen, and I tried to turn it, and this plastic was brittle from the cold weather, so it broke off, and now it's too small to get any leverage to turn it. So I was gonna weld something on it, and I thought about why not using an old washer. Huh? Just make it a little bit flatter. And take a plier, like so. Now we gotta turn, oh, I got stuck. Turn this down because it's gonna melt it into two pieces. This is what I got left. Then I can put the MIG away. So let's make a dot here. like so. That's hot, so I'm gonna need a plier. Okay, so let's weld the other side here. Put it on this side so it's easier. I was about to pull down my helmet. I don't have one on me. Like so. Now you got something to hold on when you start the snowblower. Should I fix that? Just a little bit. Just so it's not a sharp I got some. I have very delicate fingers. That was a joke, if you don't understand it. If you don't get it, that was a joke. So, let's let this cool off and we'll go out and try it. So, we turn this off and I can't think of anything I need to weld right now, so let's put this away. Give me some more space in here. Like so. And then we have the ground. And then the hose package. Like so. And then we can put this we put it there for now. No, we're not. Because tomorrow morning I gotta go somewhere and I need the car, so just put it there. That way I can move this one over here and I can get to my car. Okay. It's snowing outside. It snowed the day before yesterday. So yesterday I had to run the snowblower. Now it's snowing today again. So as soon as it stops snowing, I gotta run the snowblower again. you know, owning a house, you're never out of work. Okay. So I've done the dipstick. I really need to get that temp. How am I going to get that? Yeah. I think you guys is gonna have to stay out of this, because I gotta go outside. Well, that was it. Welding a bracket on a dipstick tube and getting a broken bolt out of the rear hub, or whatever you want to call it. That's all I did in this 45 minutes. Thank you. If you were sticking around for this whole video, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. So I'm going to continue working on this, and this was kind of a, I don't know what I'm going to call it, in the middle of the week video. But I'm going to continue working on this, and I'm posting a new video on Monday. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.
Alright. End of the video. The only thing left is to subscribe and hit that like button. Welcome back. See you in the next video.